Well, good morning, everybody. Let's talk Tundra. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Thank you to all of you who are subscribers here, and to those of you that are new, I'm Robert Anthony with Living with Rob. My beautiful wife, Joelle, doesn't happen to be with me this morning, but what I thought that I would do is take this morning in today's video to release for you an upgrade that we have chosen to make, and that's by purchasing a Toyota Tundra. I want to talk to you about why we chose to do that and a few ideas that I have, and I hope that in doing so, that helps you to properly outfit yourself for living on the road in a van down by the river. So let's go. Let's talk about it. So if you know, I'm a Toyota guy. This will make the 8th Toyota that I've owned. And if you follow our channel, you know that last year I purchased a used Toyota Sequoia and did a significant number of upgrades in preparation for using it as a tow vehicle. And I took it on a test run up into the Upper Peninsula and then into the Smoky Mountains, Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and then into the Smoky Mountains to see how it would travel. And I retrofitted it and I lived out of it while I was up in the mountains. And it was really good. It's a very comfortable ride. As time went on, you know, we chose to purchase the Range Runner by Runaway Campers. And then as we really got serious about tossing caution to the wind, we decided that we would buy the Winnebago. And if you've not followed our videos, you can watch the video about the Winnebago here when we purchased that. So our plan was to use the Toyota Sequoia to travel with the Winnebago. We took it for a test run in June, and we found that while it could handle it with the various upgrades that we had done, it was struggling to get uphill, in particular when we would get into the terrain where we would be making significant ascents. Toyota Sequoia, the one that we have listed as towing capacity of about 6,500 pounds, and I did some major upgrades. So I added old Man Emu springs to the rear, medium duty springs, upgraded from the factory to the medium duty springs. I added the Bilstein 5100s. Those are kind of the shock absorber that a lot of people that do off-roading and overlanding will use. So I recently added those at the tune of about $500. And then I added also the Airlift 1500 airbags inside the coil springs, which would allow me to adjust the support that the back end would have. So from a weight distribution standpoint, the Sequoia handled it. It was more my concern that going uphill, particularly as we get out to the mountains, it's probably going to create a little bit of an issue for us. And of course, one of the things that you know that we've been talking about is if you're going to be living in an RV and you're going to be pulling stuff around, you want to do everything that you can do to make sure that your RV is going to give you a fairly stress-free life. And so one of those things is towing. Now, this Toyota Tundra is 2013. Happened to run across it the other day at a dealership. Shout out to Gettle Toyota in Bradenton. What an amazing dealership. I don't normally buy from a dealership, but you know, if you're in Florida, you want to look at my friend Brian McNeil at Gettle, depending on when you see this video, if he's still there. But Brian really took care of Joelle and I, and it was an amazing experience at the dealership. And they went over this thing with a fine-tooth comb, did all of the fluid changes from the transmission all the way back to the differential, and it was really a great experience for us. Again, I don't normally shop at dealerships, but we've got this beautiful Toyota Tundra 2013. This beast will tow 10,000 pounds, and it's a 5.7 liter engine as opposed to the 4.7 that's in the Sequoia. It's just built for hauling. It's not the highest capacity for the Tundra, but 10,000 pounds, given the fact that our Winnebago weighs in at 4,100 unloaded, 5,300 loaded with gear and water, we're going to be in great shape as it relates to this. So we're really excited about that. I think it's really, really cool. So what I'd like to do next is I'd like to just go over a few of the upgrades that I've done on this and show you those and then we'll call this video an end. I just wanted to give you guys an update. Going to be traveling for a few weeks, so it's going to become more and more difficult to make videos as I move our stuff up to Michigan. So let's take a look at some of those upgrades. So as you know, we travel with our dog Watson, and one of the things that really appealed to me about this particular truck was this dual cab. This is a full-size cab, so in essence, this front and back seat are not unlike the Toyota Sequoia as it relates to the amount of room that they offer you for getting around and having people that ride along with you. Now, I have since taken the back seats out. I dismounted them, took them out. We're going to store those. And this is where we're going to keep some of our automotive supplies, our camera gear, my filming gear, our first aid supplies, and Watson's cage. We've got the Rufflin kennel there with the Rufflin kennel top. These are amazing. They are built using like the plastic they use in NASCARs. It flexes. We have it mounted down, so if we ever get in an accident, he's not going anywhere other than staying in that cage. We've got some of our weightlifting equipment in here that we're going to be carrying, but this back end provides a tremendous amount of space. And this is going to be very comfortable as it relates to accessing for the dog and letting him get in and out. So that's one of the modifications that I've made just since we got back on a couple of days ago with the vehicle as we're preparing it to leave. One of the things that I was really jazzed about was the fact that the former owner, it was a one-owner truck, the former owner actually, right before he traded it in at the dealership, he put brand new Pirelli Scorpion all-terrain tires. So all around, we've got $2,000 in tires that were put onto this beast right before it went to the dealership, like a week before it went to the dealership. So whoever you are, thank you for that. That's a significant investment that we did not have to make, even though we got a pretty good price on this truck after all. It really worked out pretty well. Now this is something that I was extremely grateful to find. So this did not have the capper on it. And we're going to be using the back end, obviously, to store a lot of stuff. And I wasn't sure how we were going to deal with that. So we were looking at a flat top or something we could get on Amazon. And so I started doing some searching and some looking around, and they make these caps for the various bed sizes. This is the 5.6-inch bed on the back of this. It's a short bed, but Lear makes an amazing truck capper. This is completely fiberglass and the glass and the sliding windows, but what this does is this gives us all of this headroom in here, which you already know, but I was really excited about a couple of things. The color of this, it came off of a Ford F-150. The color of this nearly matches the door handles and the wheel trim and the bumper trim. And that means that there's no painting that we're going to have to do. I'm not going to make it the color of the vehicle. Anytime you do that, in my opinion, what ends up happening is the colors don't quite match. It kind of looks silly. So I'm actually going to stick with this contrast color. As a photographer, man, that's more creative. That works for me. But I love this thing. So this is probably a $3,000 or a $3,500 cap, maybe $4,000. Found it on Facebook Marketplace, and I think the folks are following me that I bought it from now for 680 bucks. I just am amazed at that deal, and we are thrilled about that. Let me show you inside of there what that looks like. Let's open this up. So you can see we have a lot of room. I went out and I purchased a rigid tool system, rigid toolbox system to house my tools. I took this platform that I had built out of the back of the Toyota Sequoia, and it actually fits perfectly in the back of this cab. I think I'm actually going to keep it in here. I wonder if I could say actually more. Do you think that's possible? At any rate, this is going to be amazing. So we can put the totes, the heavy-duty totes on here. When I get where I'm going to extend this platform even further all the way to here so that I can bring my floor jack and a few other things way in the back there that I'll store. I've got some drawer space here that I'll be using, but we'll store our water jugs. We're going to travel with spare water. So we'll add 21 gallons of water in 7-gallon jugs on top of our 31 gallons that we carry with the Winnebago tank that is on the Winnebago. But I'm going to extend this platform back here all the way to the back, and in doing so give us plenty of storage on top with the totes, give us a spot to store all of our water jugs. They'll all fit right here, lift our toolbox up just a little bit, but then give us everything underneath. So basically making a double-decker back end back here, and I think that that's going to be an awesome thing. But look at the room in here. It's just amazing. I am so excited about that. We're storing the jackery back here. I'm trying to figure out how to get power back to this. I'll figure it out, but we want some auxiliary power back here as well, so that we're running this back here with power, and we can charge the jackery and I can run my tools and that kind of stuff. So yesterday, one of the simple upgrades that I was able to do is I was able to put Sumo Springs on here. Now what Sumo Springs are, they are a device that replaces your rear end bump stop that gives you some added oomph, some added beef to the rear end suspension. Now, this is a truck, it's a leaf spring, so not the coil springs. I had thought about doing airbags. They're double the price, like the Firestone Ready Rides. And I'm just not convinced personally that the airbags are something that I wanted to invest in, that they're gonna hold up. Now, I know a lot of you out there swear by airbags and you use them. I put the airlifts in the Sequoia, yes. But I'm just concerned they're going to pop and they're going to leak. I've read a lot online. A lot of people struggle with them leaking. Slow leaks. They're constantly having to monitor them. The thing that I like about the Sumo Springs is the Sumo Springs are just there. And they engage when the weight on the tail pushes down. Those give more and more pressure as they push down. Now, I've had these installed. I've been driving around yesterday and today with this. I have noticed no significant stiffness in the back. It rides just like it did before I put them on. So I'm excited about that. I think that that's going to help to stabilize it as we're driving, keep everything nice and level, keep it nice and firm back there while it's towing the trailer, which again, if you're following this channel, you know that when you're living out there, the more that you can do to prepare for the unexpected or to make life safer while you're driving, the less stress you put on yourself, and you know, the less apt you are to have a disaster when you get out in the middle of nowhere and you're miles and miles away from help. You don't want that. So I'm really excited about that. I think that that was a good investment, and we'll just, you know, we'll see how it goes, but I think it's going to be good. So one of the last things that I did when we bought this truck, the gentleman who owned it probably carried tools or a firearm. The driver's side seat was just a torn up mess. The passenger side was fine, and the other back seats are even better. But it was pretty bad. So easy fix, $160 pair of leather custom seat covers, or you know, made to fit the seats in this truck, seat covers on Amazon. That fixed the problem for now. Maybe someday I'll have the seats reupholstered when our YouTube channel takes off and we have a ton of expendable cash that we need to figure out ways to spend. But for now, these $160 seat covers are going to really make it more appealing on the inside, and it just kind of cleans it up. And of course, again, as you're out traveling, one of the things that you want is things that reduce your stress. And for me, you know, I like to keep the cab fairly clean, and I like it to look decent when I look at it. And those seat covers were an easy way to solve that problem, to remedy that. I think that that was a good choice. So that was another good upgrade. Well, you know, that's pretty much going to call it good on this particular video. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing what we're going to be towing with. We love sharing this kind of stuff with you guys. Again, I'll be traveling for the next couple of weeks as I get ready to leave and move our stuff up to Michigan and prepare for those final days here in Florida as we prepare to exit the state. I'd like to thank you for joining me this morning, and I hope that you enjoyed some of the scenery. The sunrise was really beautiful. I thought it was really, really great. But yeah, this is our Toyota Tundra, 2013 Toyota Tundra Crew Cab, 5.7 liter. 9,900, not quite 10, 9,900 pound towing capacity. I hope that you have a great day. I really appreciate you being here. I'm sorry that Joelle's not with me. I know how many of you appreciate it when she's in the video, a little early for Watson, and I got to go to the gym, and so, you know, I got to get over there and get a workout in. So I'm glad that you're here. We so appreciate you as a subscriber, and well, we'll see you in the next one. You take care of yourself.